I've had the pleasure of wandering around the country telling my tales and wandering to some other countries as well. In my travels, I've had the pleasure of meeting some wonderful people. And one of the people I've met is a woman named Sarah Karloff. If the name sounds familiar, yes, she is the daughter of the late, great Boris Karloff. I admire Mr. Karloff's work. I think he was an exemplary performer. In addition to an actor, he also enjoyed a story or two. And he always stated that this story was his favorite ghost story of all. I had the opportunity to tell it to Miss Karloff, and she enjoyed it very much. Thought her father would have loved it. I hope you do as well. Long time ago on a small farm, there lived a grandfather and a grandson. The parents, I'm sorry to say, did not live on the farm with them. They had passed on some time before. But the two of them were very happy together on the farm. Every day they went out into the fields to work, and because the grandson was younger and stronger, he did a great deal of the heavier work. One day he was out in the field sowing and reaping and planting and hoeing. Oh, it was very hard work. And the sun was very hot overhead. And after he had worked for some time, he stopped to rest. He stood there leaning on his hoe, looking out at the farmland around him. And as he stood there looking, in the distance over a hill, he could see a figure coming on horseback. He could not see the figure clearly. As he watched, the figure came into view. And as the figure came into view, boy felt the blood run cold in his veins and the hair stand up on the back of his arms. For now he could see clearly, coming over the hill, riding a pale horse, was Death himself. He could see the skull face gleaming in the sunlight, the long black robes flowing back like angel wings, the long sharp scythe gleaming in the sunlight. It was indeed Death. And he rode a horse across the land. And he rode, and he rode, and he rode, and he stopped the horse. And he looked up, and he saw the boy. And he raised a long, bony finger and pointed it at the boy. Now the boy was terrified, as you can imagine. Here was Death himself, looking at him across the field and pointing at him. He threw down his hoe. He ran across the fields. He ran up to the house. He ran through the front door. He ran up to his grandfather and said, "Grandfather, Death is out in the field. And he is looking and pointing at me. I don't know what to do, Grandfather. I don't want to die. Please, you must help me." Now the grandfather thought very quickly. He said, "Run out the back. Run and hide the city. Yes, run to the city and hide there. He'll never find you there. Stay there until I send for you. I will deal with Death." So that is what the boy did. He ran out the back door. He ran to the city, and he stayed in the city until nightfall. The grandfather, meanwhile, marched out the front door, marched across the field, marched right up to Death, shook his fist at him and said, "How dare you, sir? How dare you come to my home and treat my family so? My grandson is only a boy. He knows nothing of your ways. How dare you come to my house and frighten my grandson so? How dare you?" And in a very gentle voice, Death bowed low on his horse, and he said, My good sir, I most humbly apologize. I did not mean to frighten your grandson so. But you must understand, I was very surprised to find him working here in the fields today. You see, I have an appointment with him this evening in the city. So remember, my friends, you can run, but you cannot hide.